right, man. They basically saying that they put a card out there. Heard it is true. For Javante Davis versus Frank Martin. June what the June 15th. They said that it's obviously it's gonna be headlined by Frank Martin and by Frank Martin and Tank Davis, but also gonna speak on how they using Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez to sell this card. So it's a stack card. A lot of people opinion I really don't care for the Benavidez and Goldsvik fight. Goldsvik has literally fought no fucking body since coming back out of retirement. Morale and Benavidez, Morale and Andrade and De Los Santos in Venezuela too. De Los Santos knocked out Venezuela. I also heard, I don't know if y'all heard this too, that the Jose Venezuela, Edwin De Los Santos, and Frank Martin fall out. One of them gonna step in. I think it may be more likely Rayo step in as a replacement for Frank Martin if something happened to Frank Martin going up against this card. So yeah, it's a really good card. You know what I'm saying? I think the best matchups is uh, the best matchups is the bread of it, the outer breads. You got Martin and Davis, and you got Venezuela and De Los Santos. The other two is mismatch. Goldsvik mismatch. He ain't did shit in years. I mean, got retired versus Better Be. Came back, fought a few bums, and now fight for the interim WEC. That's a joke. And Andrade and Morel, Andrade is done. Everybody seen him quit versus Benavidez. So Morel should have his way like Burger King with him. So, but they got the names, but the best fights is the outer fights. Davis Martin, De Los Santos, Venezuela. So those are the better fights in my opinion. So, but it's really a good card. You know, a bunch of names on there. Should be a bunch of good fights on there. But I just think they really using that Canelo Benavidez thing to help sell this card. Now, if you didn't know, Goldsvik is training with Eddie Renasso and Canelo right now. So I think that's one of the reasons he jumped back into the game. Um, um, he jumped back into the game because he was sparring Canelo and probably got reinvigorated. Maybe needed a couple dollars to get back in the game. But Better Be have retired him. Um, Y'all was riding his dick too. Pause. Uh, so you know, but uh, but nonetheless, but you know, but nonetheless, I think it's a good card, but I think they really gonna use Canelo and Benavidez to really sell this fight. And honestly, I think they gonna fight. This ain't no inside information, but I think they gonna fight. I think they gonna fight. That's just my opinion. I think they gonna fight. I think they know they gonna fight. It might not be this year. It might be next year. I think they gonna do that fight. You know, but yeah, they gonna use their little beef to they gonna lose their little beef to sell that fight. They gonna use their beef to sell that fight for sure. And at the end of the day, they should. That's why I beat Benavidez on the card. His little situation that he got with the Canelo, that's just gonna bring more eyes. That's just gonna bring more eyes to the set for this card. So, they put Benavidez on that undercard, that Canelo momentum around, to help keep tank numbers get up there. And this, to me, it was smart. Especially if they can have Canelo pull up to the card. Because would already have fought Jaime Munguia. We know he's gonna beat Munguia. But yeah, Benavidez, they asked him a whole bunch about Canelo. And then on top of that, they said that his pay-per-view didn't do too well with Demetrius Andrade. It did really, really bad. So he couldn't be no pay-per-view main event. So maybe that's what Canelo mean when he say he don't bring nothing to the table but extra 25 pounds on fight night. So, that might be exactly what he mean. But nonetheless, I mean, shit, it is what it is. But yeah, they're gonna use him to sell that. You use that Canelo Benavidez beef to sell that fight, and as they should. That's great promotion. That's great marketing. That's what you're supposed to do. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. So, but but overall, it's a good looking card. You know what I'm saying? I heard there's a rumor that it can be going down in Texas. Houston, Texas. Somebody said Tank tagged the Houston Texans on Instagram. So they said this thing could be going down in Texas, in Houston. So I mean, Houston is a hot hub, especially for hip hop culture at this point. Um, so I think everybody, it's gonna have a lot of interest out there in Houston. Everybody talking about all the females that's out there in Houston, everything that's going on in Houston, and all that type stuff. So, um, um, so I think they should have some success out there. That's if Amazon Prime get behind it and market it. You know what I'm saying? Um, so but yeah, the Canelo question is gonna be out and about that night. All that fight camp, all that fight that fight build up is gonna be all out there. I just want to know if Prime gonna get behind one of these cards. This is probably the biggest card they're gonna do, not in conjunction with Canelo in his own. So I wonder if they gonna go out there and they gonna really promote and do their thing. That's what you gotta wonder. Are they really gonna promote and do their thing? And if not, this partnership ain't gonna probably go past this year. When is their presence? When is their presence going to be felt? That's the question. When is their presence going to be felt? When are they going to flex their when are they going to flex their power? That's the question. When are they gonna flex their power? They marketing power, all that stuff. But Benavidez is on this card because his pay-per-views was piss poor. Uh and they need him to and at the end of the day, they need to push this card with Tank. Simple as that. So um but at the end of but like I continue to say, I mean, it's a name card. They got some good fights on here. I think that De Los Santos of Venezuela probably could steal the show. It's a rematch, so I think it possibly can steal the show. So, uh, but we'll wait and see. But the Canelo question is gonna be out. Benavidez on this card for a reason, for real. He on this card for a whole reason, and don't let it fool you. And don't let it fool you. He on this card for a whole fucking reason. And that's to bring viewers in. That's to help pull this shit, and that's to help his numbers get up. You wonder if Canelo Alvarez, if he did better pay per view numbers, would Canelo Alvarez, really be forced into fighting him? But it's a really good card here. Um, if it's gonna be an upset, it's probably gonna be Venezuela beating De Los Santos. I don't think Frank Martin, Goldsvik, Andrade got too much of a chance, in my opinion. Um, but I'll be honest, I haven't seen Goldsvik come back, since the Better BF thing. But he's had 3 fights, I think, since coming back versus nobody. So, um, if he can get back to what he was, he can cause all type of problems with that Benavidez. I think a lot of people think that Benavidez fighting somebody closer to his size is going to start to equal things up, and we could be right. His daddy said they go gunning for the Bevo and Better BF winner. I'd be very interested in seeing that fight. Um, But in reality, if we had it our way, um, the third guy from on the left will be fighting Benavidez. It'll be Dave Morrell versus David Benavidez. That's what people want to see. But I understand. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. Find us on X, Spotify, Amazon Music, um, Twitch, Kick, the whole nine. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. But other than that, man, peace.